I'm going to record it so I can put it on Canvas. All right. So what you're looking at here is just a template that I created for your YouTube banners. These different squares just represent that on different screens or different mediums, you see more or less of your YouTube channel. Like if you're watching it on a phone, you don't see as much as if you're watching it on a television set. So the full white square, that whole area, that's what someone would see if they were watching you, if they went to your channel on a TV. If they're on a TV at their house through Apple TV or whatever device, they'd see this entire area when they go to your YouTube channel. In most cases, they only see this area, this logo, where it says logo here. So some YouTube artists will put their cool big logo here, and then they'll either put like a smaller version of it up here at the top, or some other type of logo or message up here at the top in this area. And then the background will just be designs, colors, things like that that aren't as essential that people see. You don't want to have words coming off the screen, off into here. You don't want to have words up in here because on a lot of devices people won't see those words. And you don't want your logo in those areas because people won't see those words. So what I recommend is that whatever your logo or picture or image that you want seen for sure, that goes in this area where it says logo here. And then different colors or designs, or if you had like a giant picture of something you thought was cool, that could go in the background to show up into everything else, okay? Now in Photoshop, you should see over here on the right, you should see this is the layers window, okay? If you deselect something, if you click on the eyeball, it will make it disappear. So as you replace this with your content, you'll turn off my layers so that they're not showing up with what you guys design. Alright? So the first thing I'm going to show you is just how to make simple text in Photoshop. You may or may not already know how to do this, but I'm going to show it anyways. Over here on the left are different tools, and there's a text tool. It's this T. It's hard to see on the projector, but it's this T on the left in the toolbar. You can click on that. That gives you the text tool. And then if you click anywhere on the screen, it will create a new layer. Notice over here in the layer box that I now have a new layer called layer 2. And that layer, I can type what I want to say. Okay? The keyboard shortcut for the text tool is to just push T, not command or anything, just T. If you push T, it changes to the text tool, and I can type. Okay, once you've typed something with the text, if you click on this arrow, the top arrow on the left toolbar, that allows you to select the text you just made and move it wherever you want. And see how it's really small? You can change the size of it one of two ways. You can do Command T for transform. That puts the handlebars around it. And if you click on one of the corners and drag, it will change the size. To keep it, that's usually how I resize text. But you can also resize it by changing the font size when you're typing it. To keep it proportionate, you see how it gets all too skinny or too fat. To keep it proportionate, as you resize it, hold shift. Hold shift. And you can resize it like that. Okay? So try that. Make a text of whatever you want. And then when you're done, it'll ask if you want to apply the change. Yes, you do. And now I can move that around. Okay? So I'm going to, over here on the layer area, there's a layer called logo here. I'm going to turn that off by clicking on the eyeball. And I'm going to put my new logo that I just made, which is just a text right now. I'm going to put that in the logo area. Now keep in mind this template doesn't show where your profile picture goes on YouTube, but it goes up in this corner. So you may not want the words of your logo to be in this top corner because they'll be partly covered by your profile picture. Let me show you what I mean. That's a profile picture. So if you have words up in that corner of your banner, they could get covered. All right. Now this isn't meant to be extensive Photoshop or design assignment or graph or lesson. So if you want to do something more complicated than what I show you here, you'll have to just fiddle around or look on YouTube for tutorials or ask me if it's something I know how to do. I'll be glad to show you. Okay, I made this other layer that I want to delete. Okay, so there's my channel. We'll just call it my channel for right now. Now I want to add some pictures to this logo, or a picture, to kind of dress up my channel. Now you can get these pictures from, they can be pictures you've taken off your phone. You just got to get them onto your computer and bring them in. If you find them on the internet, I'm going to show you how to bring those in right now. That's the example I'm going to do. But you can bring these pictures in from any source to add to your banner here. So let's go to Google and let's just do a search for Granger High School. If you select images, it's going to show you only pictures, and you'll see these different pictures of our high school. Let's do baseball since Kobe Chase is in the class. Okay, so if I find a picture that I like, I click on it, and it will bring up the bigger version of it. By the way, this number right here, 500 by 332 is what it says. You can't see it on the projector. That number is how big it is in pixels. It's 500 by 332, so it's fairly small. But if I right-click it and I choose Copy Image, down here at the bottom, Copy Image, that will copy it, and then I can come back, Command-Tab, come back to Photoshop, and paste it. Shortcut for paste is what? Anyone? Command V is in Victor. Okay, it pastes it. And anytime you paste an image, it adds a new layer for that image. Now you'll notice this layer pasted on top of the My Channel logo. If I want it behind it, over here in Layers, I drag it underneath it. Okay, so I can move my layers around to where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and put this logo over, or this baseball picture over here on the right. Okay, I'm actually going to change the My Channel logo so it doesn't cover the entire baseball picture. So I'm going to select the My Channel layer, and then to make it smaller, Command-T, transform. Hover over one of the handlebars, the corners, those are called handlebars. Click on it, and as you drag, hold Shift so it stays proportionate. And I'll put it about like that, okay? I don't want to go clear to the top because it'll get blocked by my profile picture, but I'll go right about there. And sometimes when you're doing this, guys, you have to save it, put it on YouTube, and make tweaks if it doesn't look exactly how you want it. All right, so there's my channel. Something else you can do, say you put a picture behind it. Say I put a picture behind my logo, and I don't want that picture to be so, what's the word? Did I spell channel wrong? That looks wrong to me.
No, that's right.
Just looks wrong in capitals or something.
You're pronouncing it wrong though.
I'm pronouncing it wrong?
Yeah, it's pronounced Chanel.
Okay, so if I don't want this picture to be so overbearing to the font, I can select the picture layer and I can make it more transparent. It's called opacity. 100% opaque or opacity means that it's 100% visible. If I lower the opacity, it will be transparent.
That's my profile picture.
Okay? So sometimes it looks cool to put some pictures behind your font and fade them out a little bit like that so your font still stands out. Whatever you want to do. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and leave it full opacity. I'm going to leave it on the right side. My channel, I'm going to move over here. Now, to get credit for this assignment, guys, you can do it as simple as you can copy me exactly, but with your own pictures and your own words, or you can design it totally different. Obviously, I always give bonus points if I felt you went the extra mile, or I felt you added some creativity, or I felt that you taught yourself something new, or learned something new. So, the cooler you make, it's your channel, the cooler you make it, the better. So I'm going to set mine up like that with just one picture. Then I have my channel as my name because I'm too uncreative right now to think of a better name than that. Now I'm going to add another text layer and I'm going to write a little tagline underneath my logo, which is my channel. Okay. My channel, or what should we say? What should we say, Brandon?
Huh?
What should we say for a tagline?
I don't know.
Videos, I don't know, how about this? You'll laugh until you stop.
Laugh until you stop.
Our videos are so funny that you'll laugh until you stop. Okay, I'm going to move it underneath my channel. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Command T is the shortcut for transform. Hover over a handlebar, click and drag, hold shift so that the font stays proportionate. And then I'm actually going to use a different font so this looks different than the logo. So I change to my text tool by pushing T, or I click T in the toolbar. And on this you'll laugh until you stop layer, I select everything. I highlight everything by clicking and dragging. Okay. Then up here at the top I change the font to whatever I want. Up here at the top it's called Bebas Regular or Bebas, I don't know how you pronounce it. And I can choose different fonts. For the sake of time, let's just go with this one. Okay? I can also change the color of this by selecting it, by selecting the text tool, highlighting it, and up here at the top, this red square, that's my current font color. If I click on it, I can change the color to whatever I want. Let's go with gray. Alright, my channel, you'll laugh until you stop. That's my logo. I'm not going to put anything up here in this other area for TV, so I'm going to turn that layer off, the one called background everywhere else. Okay, I'll turn that layer off over here by clicking the eyeball in the layer window, or the layer tab. Now the last thing I'm going to do for this is I'm going to add a background that looks cooler than just plain white. So to do this, you can use Photoshop or Illustrator to create your own designs and stuff, but I'm going to cheat for the sake of time, and I'm going to go find a cool background. I'm just going to search cool backgrounds. Now I'm going to choose images. Now I'm looking for one that's big because this is a big file. It's, I believe, 2560 wide by 1440 tall. So I need to look for something that's in that range. This one is exactly that. So this one right here would work if I wanted to use that one. This one would be a little small. I'll use this first one because it's big enough. Okay, if I right click it again and I copy the image, I can now come over to Photoshop and paste the image, Command V. You'll notice it made a new layer and it put that layer on top of everything. I want it underneath my logo and my picture. So I click and drag that new layer to underneath, and there you have my logo. Okay. Now I probably would want to change my channel to be a different font because it's too hard to read. So I select the text tool by clicking T or by choosing the T over here on the left. I highlight my channel and I change my color up here at the top where it says red, where it's red. I click on it. I'm going to try white because it's such a dark background. Let's see what that looks like if I click off of it. Okay, that stands out. My tagline's also hard to read, so I'm going to change that to a different color. So I need to select my tagline layer, which is called "You'll Laugh Until You Stop." Select the text tool by pushing T, or choose the T. Highlight that line, "You'll Laugh Until You Stop." And then up here at the top, that gray square, that's where I change my color. And I'm going to have to go either like white or yellow, or add some like drop shadows or outlines to it to make it stand out. But I'm just going to go white so that you can read it. Okay. That is a complete YouTube banner. It's a simple one. You can make yours that simple, or you can get more complicated. Now Now we want to make sure we save. So I'm going to go File, Save. And we also, when we're ready to put it on YouTube, which I'm going to do right now, I need to go File, Save As, and I need to save it as a JPEG or a PNG because a Photoshop file won't show up on YouTube. Okay, so right here in the format, I change this to JPEG. I name it whatever I want to name it, and I click Save. Maximum quality is what I usually recommend. I click OK. And now I can go to my YouTube channel and I can upload this logo. So let's flip back over to YouTube. Do this on a different channel. Okay, log into YouTube, go to your channel, click on View Channel. And right here where it says Add Channel Art, I click on that. I can select the photo from my computer, or I can drag and drop a photo. I'm going to open Finder, and I'm going to navigate to where I saved my banner. I believe it was under Documents. Okay, right here. YouTube banner template is what I called mine. I click and drag it into this area where it says drag a photo here, and I let go. And you'll see it shows me a preview. This is what it's going to look like on a computer. This is what it's going to look like on someone's TV. And this is what it's going to look like on somebody's phone. I hit select. I can adjust the crop, by the way, if I want to move this around or adjust what they see. But I'm going to leave it alone because I followed that template. If you followed that template, it should already be cropped pretty close to where you want it. Whoops. Add my channel art, click and drag my graphic on that I just made, and I like it, so I hit select, and there you go. I have a channel with a banner. I haven't made my profile picture yet, but we'll do that next time. So go ahead and make yours, and then put it on your YouTube channel when you're done.